All right, y'all. Listen, we're not gonna let the counter get all the way to zero, but yeah, hey, breaking news from G. Kobe himself. What's going on, man? Colin Farrell won the Golden Globes for The Penguin. All right, Golden Globes off to a good start, y'all. Listen, we're about to start up with the show here. We're about to talk about favorite films of 2024. We're just gonna talk about three of our faves, along with some other topics tonight too. We got upcoming movies for 2025. Jason Momoa cast as Lobo. Crazy. Aquaman, huh? All right. Well, they're starting to reincorporate. And listen, that's just going to confuse people even more. But let's remain optimistic. We got our man here, Loretto. What's going on, Lo? Look, you muted, brother.
Hello, good evening. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone had a great holiday. Happy New Year. So stoked to bring in 2025, and especially in terms of films, as you know, Leo, it's going to be a doozy. This year is going to be wild.
This year is going to be wild, dude. There's going to be so many films to look forward to. Lots of different films, man. But, man, we got a lot of superhero movies coming, too. Superman got a lot resting on his shoulders, but what's going on, Ile? Happy New Year, guys. What's up? How are you?
Hello, doing good. Excited for the new year. Excited to, I'm getting that new year high of yes, I'm gonna be productive. I'm gonna do stuff. I'm feeling the energy. So I'm hoping to keep that up for the rest of the year.
I know, right? Like, let's
It's time.
keep it up. But y'all, let's start with some favorite films from 2024. Lots of different movies from around the year, but let's just talk about three that we enjoyed. It doesn't have to necessarily be your top three, but maybe just give us like three that you really enjoyed. Again, it don't got to be that top three. If you want to give your top three, go for it. But I'm going to start with Lo, man. I want to know what Lo got cooking over there, man.
Did we lose him? Oh my God.
We lost him.
Oh no.
I was like, is it just
this
me?
is awkward,
oh, no.
guys. Okay.
Oh, all right. We good?
You're back. Yeah.
All right, we back.
Back.
All right.
Woo-hoo.
So let's kick things off with, I just got to talk about my favorite film of the year, and it's Sing Sing. An amazing true story with amazing performances by not just Coleman Domingo, but these wonderful actors that some of them are playing themselves. Some of them are just like, they learn how to act through the rehabilitation through arts program in Sing Sing, the real Sing Sing prison system.
Very
and
cool.
Really, really cool movie. I think you guys, if you haven't seen it, please check it out. I am crafting a review for its re-release in a couple of weeks, so I'll have that done soon. Also, big shouts out to Problemista, which I also loved. A lot of people kind of went under the radar a little bit, but it was a really heartwarming film for me. It was hilarious. Tilda Swinton was fantastic, and Julio Torres, who wrote, directed, and starred in it, he's a guy to watch. I really like his humor, and he's such a funny, goofy guy. Really like his just his imagination. It's a very creative, fun picture. And lastly, for the horror heads, I gotta shout out The Substance. That was my hands down my favorite horror film of the year. Demi Moore, oh my God, she's back and she's gorgeous and she's amazing. Also, Margaret Qualley, equally really, really solid performance, and such a weird Cronenberg-esque body horror tale that really messes with you. It gets really wild and really gross, but I was engrossed the whole time. It was fantastic. I thought for an original horror film, this is one of the best ones we've had in a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know, man. You robbed one off my list there with The Substance, bruh. That is easily one of my favorites of the year. Watched it New Year's Eve night. Love it, man. I mean, it's just
went out with a bang.
Yeah, went out with a bang. It's just such a. It's got a great commentary. Not only that, but the visual storytelling is just so phenomenal, man. Like the editing
and always,
imagery,
respect the balance. Respect the balance.
Respect the balance.
You are one.
Ile, give us three. What are your three for 2024?
Well, damn, guys. I'm gonna go start from the bottom to the top. Number 3, it's teetering. It's teetering now. I'm probably gonna finalize it this week, but number 3 right now is Wicked for sure. Like I
Okay.
adore Wicked. I can
Great.
watch it a million times, and I actually don't get tired of it. It has grown. I've grown so fondly of it that it's just so good. It's so good. It's so well done. Yes, people have their gripes with it. I get it. I understand it. I have acknowledged it a million times on other shows and on this show. But wow, what a movie. That's a movie. And the way that it lives on and it continues to breathe through the music and through that soundtrack, beautiful. So that's number 3. Number 2 just got fucking booted. It was Challengers. It was Challengers.
Ooh.
And I'm not gonna lie, guys. I saw Baby Girl today. I saw Baby Girl, and Baby Girl's my number 2. Baby Girl, you heard it here, folks. You heard it here first.
Oh,
Baby Girl's my number 2 of the year.
Get her some
Baby
milk.
Girl number 2.
Yep.
Good girl.
Wow.
Good
Baby
girl.
Girl was phenomenal. I loved it. I think it's one of my top rated films of the year. I think it was so beautifully directed, and it's not for everyone. It truly isn't. But I love that once you, I guess, get past that shock, I guess, if you have that shock with the subject of female sexuality. But it is such a vulnerable story. Like, it is very real. It's very raw. It's very intimate. And I was so taken aback by that. And kudos to the director. I forget her name. I need to like give her super mega credit. Her and Nicole Kidman. Wow, what a duo. But yeah, my number 1 is The Substance, guys. The Substance is my number 1 of the year, and there's truly nothing that could bring it down, not even Baby Girl. And I love Baby Girl, and I'm very, very happy that my top 2 are both directed by women. So I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased with that. I love these movies. I talk about like my original top 5 like in another episode over on Cinema's podcast, and the way that this list has evolved and shifted is very interesting. December came in with some heavy hitters.
Halina Rain directed Baby Girl.
Girl, you are freaky.
And I think she did Bodies, right?
I think she did. You're so right. And I love Bodies.
Yeah, Bodies was
Oh,
fun.
wait, she did
Love
bodies. Oh man,
Love that. Such a good director, such good direction, and I love that it was stylish, but without taking away from the story. It wasn't taken away from the performance. It wasn't like, it was just enough style to deliver the performances that it needed to deliver, and the story, because the script is so good. Like, damn, it's a good peliculón.
Also, shouts out Coralie Farjit, who did The Substance.
Coralie Farjat.
baby.
I was taught yesterday is Farja.
Oh, Farjat. Yeah, she
Farjat.
wrote and directed. Amazing.
Coralie
Amazing.
Yes,
Farjat.
she is incredible. Like, she's up there with Julia Ducournau for me. Like, holy cow, just incredibly talented women, incredibly talented actresses in these like films. Just wow, 2024, you were that girl. I digress.
We got G. Kobe with his top 3 part Dune
Nice.
Part 2, Wild Robot, and Nosferatu.
Solid.
Shout out to Deadpool and Wolverine for being the most fun I've had all year. Yeah,
Nosferatu's a
man.
great
I mean,
pick.
hey, that's a solid top 3 right there. I mean, Wild Robot, very beautifully written screenplay, beautiful animation, great voice acting, just an emotional, pulsing heart to its core, man. Which one of you is picking Craven? Here's the thing though. I'm not gonna put Craven on my worst of the year. I think there are
That's
like
silly.
worse movies.
Yeah,
I think Madam Web
from the same studio. Yeah,
and Joker 2. Yeah, same studio. Joker 2
I
blunders.
I keep forgetting Madame Web was this year. That's how much I forgot about it. Like,
no, man, it's easy.
that
to
was this
forget.
year.
This year. But y'all, before we get to my picks, go ahead and let us know your picks down in the comments. And hey, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and also hit like on the stream so we can push the stream out more, guys, to the algorithm. But what's going on, cousin Braylon? Good to see you, man. Listen, I'm not gonna give y'all my top 3 because I got a video coming later this week.
Ooh,
But
he
I'm
said
gonna
no
give
spoilers.
3 mentions here that nobody's mentioned yet. I'm gonna give an honorable mention to I Saw the TV Glow. Very fun, very trippy, heady, very much, in my opinion, like Donnie Darko light almost. There's like a lot of different universal travel going on with these characters. I really like the different kind of dimensional planes that they touch on in this movie. Very well done. But my 3, I'm gonna go with Sonic 3, of course. The 3rd in the trilogy, the best in the trilogy so far. The Sonic movies have really cemented the video game formula for movies, I would say, with Mario following it very well. You've got other movies that are most likely on the horizon, like Legend of Zelda and other stuff in development. So Sonic has really paved the way through introducing characters every single movie. I mean, this is all you really have to do as a video game franchise. Just give us more characters. We don't care about the James Marsden and all them. Give us more characters, and then putting Shadow in the 3rd one was a great move to advance the plot, give us more characters that we love and recognize. Let's see. I want to put Inside Out 2 on there. Inside Out 2 was phenomenal. Beautifully animated, beautiful commentary. Every single animated character has its own style and beautiful color to match. Beautifully done. I love that these movies are, even though it's a sequel, they still have that Pixar magic that we're so used to. And then I was going to say Wicked. That's been said. Challenges have been said. Doom Part 2. My whole list has basically been said. Sing's been said.
We got good taste. We got good taste, Leo.
Yeah,
That's
we got
all.
good taste. We got good taste. But I guess I'm going to join the crew and just give a shout out to The Substance. The Substance was so well done. It had incredible visual storytelling, first and foremost. It just visually is very striking. There's no dialogue, and it does a great job with its screenplay of really conveying so much. Shit! Demi won,
Let's
y'all!
go, Demi
Congratulations.
Moore.
That's such an
Demi Moore
inspired
won the Golden
choice.
Globe.
Holy
Let's
cow.
go.
Oh,
Holy
wow. Yeah,
cow.
she just won. That's
For a
great.
horror movie.
Yes, you
For a
love it. You
horror
love to see
movie.
it.
Holy shit.
Love to see it,
I love
man.
it.
Love to
I'm
freaking see it.
so happy.
This means some Oscar hopes are alive.
This just nudged the Oscar predictions in a type of way. This is interesting.
Yeah,
and especially
man.
with such
That's
a
really
storied
good.
career as
Really
hers.
good.
What a story.
And it's just beautifully done, beautifully shot, beautifully directed. It's just so, and it's easy to rewatch as well. It's got a high rewatchability, but Sonic 3, Inside Out 2, and The Substance are going to be my 3. Now, guys, let's move into 2025 because, y'all, Happy New Year. It is time for a new year, new crop of movies, y'all. And listen, I'm just going to start us off. I'm going to go ahead and go with the trifecta of, is it July? Yeah, Superman, Fantastic Four, and Jurassic World. Now, listen, I'm not that excited for Jurassic World. The only reason I'm excited is because I want to see the box office throwdown between these 3 movies. I want to see who's going to come out on top, who's the true dominant, who's the true King Godzilla of this situation, y'all. Who is the one? Is it Marvel? Is it DC? Or is it the Jurassic universe? Who is going to come out on top here? We've got a lot at stake for the box office, a lot at stake for franchise movies. I'm curious to see which one is going to win out of this. I have an idea, and I think every single one as it's released is going to, of course, top that week. If Superman's good enough, I think Superman might come out on top. Now, I want the first family to win. Obviously, I'm Marvel biased. I love my first family. I've read a lot of Fantastic Four comics. Can't wait for that. The cast is great. Not one of them, in my opinion, doesn't fit. I love the cast already. I love the energy they've brought in. And then, of course, Superman, there's so much riding on this shit. Like, there's a lot riding on Superman. More than Fantastic Four, honestly. Superman really is going to have to save DC, literally. uh, and they threw him up and crumbled him up and threw him in the trash. Last we remember when it comes to Man of Steel and including him in Shazam, it's just been all over the place. So they're right back to where they can start fresh. They got to hit it out of the park. They gotta. But Elaine, top 3, 2025. What we looking at? What's on the docket?
I considering yours is very franchise focused, mine is just freaky shit I want to see. Aside from one franchise thing. I'm really, really, really freaking excited for Mickey 17 in March. I
Yeah.
love Bong Joon-ho. I think he's a phenomenal director. It's been 6 years since we've seen a big feature of his release. So I'm really, really excited. I'm excited for Sinners, which is coming out soon.
Sinners looks great.
Yeah.
Sinners
Oh,
looks
That was gonna be
great.
mine.
B. Jordan, I think he's phenomenal. He's so cool, and I think the concept is great. I love a good vampire flick, so I have high hopes. And of course, I'm anticipating Wicked for Good. Like, how could I not?
Yeah.
Ending the year with a bang in November. I think it's going to be beautiful. And in terms of awards buzz, I think it's going to be a Dune Part 2 effect. I think Dune Part 2 is going to do better than the first. I think we're going to have some more. I don't think the ladies of Wicked are going to take anything home this year aside from nominations, but they might take a win next year. I think this is their moment next year. We're building up to that. But that's hearsay. That's just me, speculating.
Yeah, because this year, if they were to win everything, then like the momentum kind of disappears. It's like, oh, you front
And I
loaded.
guarantee you, it's influencing how people are voting.
Yeah, because you take that momentum and you apply it to this first part, and then all of a sudden, once the second one comes out, nobody cares. So let's wait, save the big accolades for the second one.
Yeah,
I would love that.
for sure.
And I think both of them were so good in this. I think they're a little underrated in this acting run. I'm gonna keep it real. I think Demi was great. I thought Cynthia was awesome. Angelina was great. That's about it when I'm thinking of like the best actress race. I don't know. But Lo, where we going, man? We got 3 for 2025. How we feeling?
So I was gonna kick this off with Fantastic Four, but I think that goes without saying. I think Superman, Fantastic Four, it just goes without saying. We are all seated for that, right? And of course, you can see the glasses.
3.
I'm a big fan of Wicked, which I will be seated for. But I want to highlight some smaller films. So let's go with Companion. From some of the producers of Barbarian. The director, Drew Hancock, I'm not familiar with his work, but he's actually a first-time director starring Sophie Thatcher and Jack Quaid. And it's like this weird, it's supposed to be like a quirky love story, but there's a psychological horror twist to it. Especially coming from the people that helped make Barbarian. I think we're in for some twists and turns with Companion. It's releasing this month, so I'm excited for that. I'm really excited to see Sophie Thatcher in more work. She was amazing in Heretic. She's an up-and-coming actress, and I'm really excited to see that film. Also, Sinners was on my list, too. I love a good Ryan Coogler film. He has not missed yet. Ryan Coogler, from Fruitvale Station all the way to Wakanda Forever, has just been knocking these films out of the park, and I can't wait to see what he does with Delroy Lindo, Haley Steinfeld, as well, of course, Michael B. Jordan. So that Prohibition-style vampire flick, I'm here for it. And lastly, you guys know this. I mean, unashamedly, I am here for the Omaticaya clan, the Sully clan. The follow-up to Way of Water, Fire and Water, Avatar Fire and Water. I'm really, really, really excited to see where we go. Where we go
Fire
on Pandora.
You got that on your 3?
That is one of my most anticipated films. I loved Way of Water, man. So I'm here for it. Mr. James Cameron, he can't do no wrong in my book. I'm here for it.
I'd never even heard of that Companion until you brought it up today.
You haven't seen the trailer?
It looks wild, y'all.
The Companion looks really, really interesting. I think Jack Quaid plays a psychopath really well.
Right. I'm here for
it.
Jack Quaid is good at doing like weirdo. He really is. Like, remember Scream?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. He was
Great.
goofy,
Hello.
but
Great.
fun. Like, you know, little
Exactly.
quirky dude.
I like it. He's good at balancing, like, oh, I'm innocent, but also,
Something about you.
sussy baka, if you will.
Yeah, it's like But
Yeah.
y'all, let's get to the main meat and potatoes of the show. Let's get into the roundup.
We'll get better at that, I swear.
We
All right,
swear we're gonna
so-
get better at it.
So if you guys are new to the show, first show of 2025, our 90th episode, by the way, guys. 90th
Holy cow.
episode. Here's to 100 more. We always kick it off with a check of the box office pulse. And guys, I'm also gonna do a brief recap of last week because it's been a while. But this weekend, Mufasa the Lion King dethroned Sonic the Hedgehog 3 with 23.8 mil. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 was number 1 for 2 weeks in a row, the past 2 weekends. And just for reference, guys, I actually took some notes here. Last weekend was insane in terms of the box office. It was the Christmas weekend. We had Sonic pull in 37 mil at number 1, Mufasa with 36 mil at 2, Nosferatu with 21 mil at 3, Wicked with 19 mil at 4 with the Wicked sing-along, and then Moana 2 at 18 mil at 5, and A Complete Unknown at 11 mil. So we had 6 films last weekend hit double-digit millions. So here's to the cinema strong in 2024. Here's to everybody that went to see the movies. And going back to this weekend, Nosferatu is holding strong at number 3, 13.2 mil, followed by Moana 2, and of course Wicked, all double digits again. So this is 2 weekends in a row, top 5 double-digit millions. Cinema is thriving. You'll love to see it. Leo, I was a lot to take in there, a lot of information, but any surprises here? I mean, it's like the usual suspects here, but did you think Mufasa was going to pull away from Sonic?
Yeah, I think it's just due to Sonic's niche nature. It's such a specific audience that that audience got its Sonic out of its system. We went and saw
After
Sonic
like 2
2,
weeks.
3 times.
Yeah.
We've already gotten it out of our system. Now people are finally starting to emerge and see Mufasa, and it's got more global appeal, and so it just doesn't really surprise me. But damn
Brings
you,
together
Mufasa!
brothers.
Goddamn brothers, man. I don't know, man. I thought Mufasa was not that bad, but definitely not something I'm going to see again, man.
Tyler's picking up what
Yep.
I'm putting down.
I always wanted a box office hit, huh?
I mean, in the power of that first Lion King, I mean, Lion King as a franchise, too. Like, that's just very universal. Very universal.
And I think all things considered, I love seeing Nosferatu just, it's not number 3, but it's pulling in
that 3.
decent
Oh,
numbers.
yeah.
So horror heads are coming out. You love to see that.
Moana 2? What's Moana 2's total now? 900 something? It's got to be in the 900.
Oh,
Ridiculous.
It's up there. But yeah, Ile, any surprises for you? Top 5?
960 mil.
It's Moana hanging on strong. I really just did not expect that. I didn't expect it to pull an Inside Out 2, basically, and I understand Inside Out 2 because it's Pixar, but really, like, Moana
is like
November.
So like, if you think of like Lion King for us, like that's what Moana is for kids. Like, Moana is
For
just
real.
that shit.
And I think, Leo, like to your point with both Mufasa and Moana 2, they just have that international appeal. It's just a global, like resounding like unity on both of those franchises.
Yeah, like the world likes those franchises.
Yeah. I suppose. But yeah, I mean, again, like you were saying, Lo, seeing double digits, people turned out to the movie theaters. I just came home recently, like today. I went to see Baby Girl this afternoon, and that theater was packed. That theater was packed. Was it packed with old people? Duh, but it was packed. And I've been I was actually able to, I think Christmas week, go to movies like 3 times, which I hadn't been able to do in a while. But because I had some time off, I was like, let's go to the theater. And it was packed every time. I did not have like an empty or like kind of chill, low key like screening whatsoever. Like it was all like everyone was showing up to the movies, and that's fun to see. I love to see it. I love to see people so passionate about this, especially like the conversation with Nosferatu, which I think we haven't spoken on the pod quite yet, but good shit. good.
And also,
good shit.
Eli, for Baby Girl, for such a horny, freaky little movie, it's at number 7 in the top 10, and it has 16 mil worldwide already.
It's been doing great.
Yeah, people coming out for freaky Nicole Kidman. And also, shouts out Antonio Banderas. He still got it.
Oh my God.
I love Antonio Banderas.
That man is fine. That man, woo! He is fine. He's such a powerhouse thing. He's fine. That's one Spaniard.
We need to fan her down.
Yes, sir. But
what's going on, Laser?
Laser.
He's here. He always makes
what up, man?
Yeah, man. What number you on, Laser? This is our 90th show. This is like
chat, Laser.
60 or 70 for him or something like that.
Till you're 90.
All right, Harrison Ford.
Tyler. But yeah, I love that Baby Girl is holding on strong. We got that. Ooh.
Yeah, and I think in general, A24 is doing really well, especially because they're keeping their budgets pretty low, and they're killing it. So
I mean, they got A24 had what? They had Queer, they had Baby Girl, they had The
Brutalist.
The Brutalist is A24 too.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Flo just won the Golden Globe for animation.
Nice. Wow.
Really?
Animated feature? That's huge.
That is a huge thing. I thought Wild Robot was take it home.
Yeah.
Me too. I thought it was gonna be Wild Robot and Inside Out too. Flo, huh? Wow.
Makes you
wonder. I got that screener in my inbox. I gotta watch this week, actually.
Oh, it's great. Flo's great.
It's nominated at the Puerto Rico Critics Association Awards too. So might get my vote. Who knows?
I think my neighborhood AMC is still playing it, and if I can, I will try to see it in theaters, guys.
Interesting. What I'm super annoyed about is The Brutalist still not releasing here quite yet. Like we still have to wait for it. It's insane.
I will say this: it's a very well crafted movie, Eli, but it is 4 hours, and the beginning's a lot better than the end.
Through Megalopolis, low. It cannot be worse.
No, honestly, okay, look, don't hear what I'm not saying. The Brutalist is a fine film. It's just
all right.
It kind of loses its way towards the end there. So.
That's fair.
It loses its footing, man.
Hey, see, Leo, you get me. You get me.
But it's also like
awesome. Yeah,
I have one of my esteemed colleagues of the PRCA had it as his number 1.
Wow.
He spoke very highly of this film, but we also I don't know. Everyone has different tastes. So I feel like I'm going to be very much maybe in the middle in this. So I'm going to go in, with an open mind. But with what he told me about, I'm like, yeah, I'm probably going to eat this up.
We definitely, I think as a group, we should talk about this when you do see it, Eli, because it's a very interesting watch for sure. And hats off, Guy Pearce and Adrian Brody. They're probably going to get a lot of acclaim.
Adrian Brody was great.
Yeah, especially Guy Pearce, man. Guy Pearce he stole the show for me.
These guys are powerhouse actors too. Damn, we're eating good. Love this.
Oh yeah. And just to kind of wrap things with a bow here, 2025 is starting really well. So we'll see how the rest of January goes, but people are back at the cinema.
And great to see in January. January is usually a slow month.
Yeah, it's awesome. Speaking of awesome, Mr. Jason Momoa has been cast as Lobo in DCU's upcoming Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And guys, just look at the picture. I mean, Jason Momoa was born to play this character. Have you guys seen Fast X and his weird toe painting character? His humor, his muscles, he's got the look, he's got the vibe, and he can be menacing, he can be funny. And I think Lobo is such a fun character to bring to life. Leo, how excited were you to hear this news? You're muted, brother.
Being censored.
I was hyped, boy. Man, I was hyped. But at the same time, man, it's going to be confusing for the general public, man. It's going to be confusing. People gonna be confused. Ain't that Aquaman? What's he doing?
But what we talk about confused? Weren't we saying Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom was okay the other day?
the
It's
public is
okay.
not ready for any of this. They're not ready for the DCU. They're not ready for Robert
Uh-oh.
Downey as Doom. They're not ready.
Yeah, here's the thing. I think he was actually more born to play this role than Aquaman. I mean, this fits his style, his look, his aura. This fits Jason Momoa a lot more than Aquaman did. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to another role. I think he's gonna have a role in Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. I can't wait to see him and David Corn Sweat meet up. Like, that's gonna be tight, bro. If they go head to head, yo, that's gonna be a tight little showdown, ain't it? Like,
Hell yeah.
I like
Jason
this
Momoa
casting a
will have
lot.
shared the screen with 2 Supermans in his careers.
Nice.
That's kind of a flex. I'm not gonna lie.
That is
That's
kind
pretty
of a
cool.
flex.
If we get a little technical and we count that Peacemaker appearance, that's 3 Supermen.
Oh, you know what? That's a very fair point.
Mr. Momoa,
Tyler-
3 Supermen.
Tyler's not as excited.
Damn.
He says this is a downgrade, but Ile, I mean, what do you think about this news? I think he looks great.
I think it kind of works more for him. Like, as much, as fun as Jason Momoa is, I enjoyed the Aquaman movies, but Jason Momoa does not have consistent leading man power, which is shown in the second movie. Second movie just kind of dipped off, and it's just amongst a plethora of reasons. But I think this fits more his build. I think it's kooky, it's funny. I'm going to be super honest with you guys. My familiarity with this character is the Batman Arkham games. That's all I got. That's all I got going for me. So I
Hey,
don't
at
know a
least
lot.
you know who he is. Some
Yeah,
casuals
yeah.
probably have no idea.
Yes, I am superficially familiar.
Superficial.
But I think it's very fun. Definitely fits. And especially for an audience that loved Bane and Bane's cultural impact on society, it could be fun.
Oh yes, Bane, raised in
Yes.
darkness.
Crazy. Tom Hardy is so lucky that you couldn't see his face. That could have marked his career forever.
Honestly, I did kind of come around on Dark Knight Rises, but yeah, it was a weird first watch for me for sure.
It was kooky. It was a little bit kooky, but you know what? I respected it because I was so into the Arkham games at that point. Like, I was really into Batman for like a period of my life, and I was reading some comics, I was playing the games, and I was, watching the movies religiously. So yeah, Dark Knight Rises is not the best of the trilogy, obviously, but it's commendable for what it tries to do.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's a fun watch, but it's definitely that.
Exactly.
I will say this: that was not Bane. I will just say
No,
this: that
no,
was not Bane.
not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. But it was funny.
Yeah,
It
You know what I
was
mean? Like-
giving. I ordered my hot sauce an hour ago. Funny,
Like- what's weird is he didn't even have like the whole toxin thing, because I feel like that's part of his character. It's like that's like having a Green Goblin without the Goblin serum. You know what I mean? Like,
Nolan's just afraid of camp sometimes. He's afraid of going there. Again, I think this was been my motto in 2024. I'm bringing it into 2025. Dark and gritty is not your fallback, directors, like filmmakers. Just because it's dark and gritty doesn't make it more serious, doesn't make it more mature. It could be silly.
yeah, exactly. But with that being said, there's also another development happening in DC. The Batman 2 has been delayed from its late 2025 release to 2027. But really, for people not in the know, I think we kind of saw this coming, guys.
Yeah.
Matt Reeves has said himself that there isn't even a script. So there's no way they would have made that late release date. And I think we got to let him cook, and we don't want to rush the process here. Ile, I see you reacting already. I mean, I think this is for the best, don't you think?
100%. You could wait 10 years for all I care. I genuinely, and it's not because I'm not excited for it, but it's such a delicate topic for me because I adore the Batman. Like 2022, this is one of my top movies of 2022. I adore this movie. I've seen it a million times. I could watch it a million more, and I'm not a movie repeater. So if Matt Reeves needs time to cook to make something that is, deserving of the level of praise and cultural impact the first one had, let him do his thing. Let him do his thing. I'm cool with it. We had a wonderful series in between. Like we just had the Penguin now, and that held. I feel like that's holding me over. I think the Penguin is a phenomenal series. We've talked about it on the show before. So yeah, I don't mind waiting 2 more years. I think we also have a really good slate of movies in terms of comic book movies for the next 2 years that will keep us busy and fed.
Very, very well said. And I think my only gripe is that we had the Penguin, which was amazing, and now it's like there's gonna be a lull now. It's like I was so excited with the ending of the Penguin, and now it's like, oh, we gotta wait. But
who knows? Maybe we'll get that Gotham series, come back with Commissioner Gordon. You
but
never know.
really quick, I want to come back to this because Tyler said people aren't gonna run out to the theaters for a Lobo movie, and I think
They're not gonna make one.
well, that's the thing. I think that's why they slid him into Supergirl, and maybe he'll just be one of those characters that just appears here and there. But yeah,
That's a healthy way to go.
exactly. I don't think people will be running to go see a Lobo movie like he's saying. Well said,
Yarr.
Tyler. Leo, how you feeling about this Batman news? I mean, it's appropriate, right?
Yeah, so I mean, like people say, Matt Reeves had some personal stuff come up, and that's unfortunate. And hopefully everything's okay on his end of things. Yeah, you know what? I'm willing to wait, man. It sucks. It does suck. It is a bit of a double-edged sword, but I got a conspiracy, y'all. I got a conspiracy theory. I have no sources, nothing to back this up. There's no confirmation. I haven't speculated nothing, but I think it's because they're debating to see how good Superman does. And then based on that, they might bring in the Robert Pattinson stuff into the DCU. That's my thought process. I think they might go ahead and say, you know what?
What is happening over there? Is that the tinfoil hat?
Yep. You're muted,
You're muted, girl.
Wait, you're muted.
Oh, I buy it. I'm saying, is what I'm saying. I buy your theory.
That has some juice. It's got some juice, especially.
I just feel like
I think people might want to
see that. It seems like a James Gunn thing to see. Wait and see. Superman is gonna definitely be not experimental in content, but experimental in the nature of it.
And I think as much as James Gunn wants Batman Brave and the Bold, I think the general audience might want to see consistency. So maybe he's going to wait and see how this plays out. So that's a good point.
Batman would fit so well in a Court of Owls, kind of storyline. That this is so delicious, and it's worthy of it. I think it's worth waiting for. Yeah, it's a bummer. I would have loved to have seen a Batman movie this year, but I'm not going to be, hypocritical here. I forgot it was originally going to come out this year.
Yeah.
I'm going to be so real with you right now.
Oh, man.
2 more years, we'll survive. We will be okay.
Oh, yeah. And I think it'll benefit us. It'll benefit us if he doesn't rush this process.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. We've been burned before, I think is what I'm trying to get at. So I think
we want the Batman to stay good.
Approach, exactly. The DC strategy and approach of quality over quantity, which is something Marvel has been struggling to get back to, especially Sony Marvel, as we've seen over the past few years. It's definitely the Marvel reception that is recovering in the public image a little bit, especially with the last year. This is DC's moment to swoop in and become top dog. If they want to, if they really, really wanted to, it's there for the taking. Because people have been really disappointed by the quality of Marvel and the lack of consistency for the past 5 years. That's a long time for that brand to, suffer in that sense. So,
and if I'm not mistaken, Nolan films aside, I don't think the DCEU had a good sequel. No. They had Wonder Woman 84. They had Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and they had Aquaman and whatever kingdom.
If you can count Batman versus Superman as a Superman sequel, maybe. And it's rough. It's a stretch.
You know what? If we count the Suicide Squad as a Suicide Squad sequel, boom, that's the one.
Maybe, but yeah.
Yeah. Now hold on, that's
right.
better than that first Suicide Squad. Now, ain't it?
No, of course it is. But I'm just
well,
saying, like, how it stands, as a movie. I guess, yeah, it is a sequel because you do have repeating characters. So yeah,
yeah,
it
it's so
counts.
weird. Oh, Birds of Prey. Forgot about that one. I actually really like Birds of Prey. So.
Birds of Prey, yeah, that could count as a sequel or a spinoff.
Now we're going into definition.
Yeah, we're getting into the debate here. I'd say Birds of Prey is more of a spinoff, and I think it's superior to all of them.
Well,
But that's just me.
with all that
Challengers
being
just
said,
one score.
Ooh,
Challengers
wait,
just
what was
one
it?
score, y'all.
for Golden
Challengers.
Globes, yeah, buddy.
Challengers. Yeah, I heard about that one. I heard
Yeah.
that one's wild. I haven't seen it, guys. Don't throw stones.
What?
At it.
Challengers?
No, I missed it. I just missed
haven't
it when it
seen
was
Challengers?
out.
Oh, you would love it. You would
Yeah.
live for it. Oh my
That's
god.
Luca, right? Luca Guadagnino.
Yes.
Dang
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I missed that one.
So fun. The
I'm gonna keep it
score
real. I didn't
was
really like
not
Queer,
at
though.
all what I was expecting until I saw it. Because everyone was talking, oh my god, the score's amazing, la la la. And I'm like, okay. And then I go in and I'm like, wow, that is not what I expected to hear. It's a banger. It is
It's
a
a
it is a
banger,
true
bro.
banger.
I think to your point, Leo, I think Luca is just kind of hit and miss because I think you didn't like Bones and All either, right?
I didn't like Queer though. I hate to
Yeah.
say it. I didn't like Queer that much.
For sure. So I'm gonna get to it at some point. I heard what's his name? Daniel Craig's pretty good in it though, right? He's getting like some
Queer
buzz.
is
Yeah,
in my
he
top
is, but, like,
5.
I don't know.
I love Queer,
Oh,
but it's not for everyone.
okay. Well, I think
But
Luca's
I
I
just
didn't like
Luca's just an
praying. I
acquired
didn't like the
taste.
praying. Huh?
Luca, yeah, I think it is that. Luca is very, at the end of the day, he's just very fucking European. What can I tell you? You hate him or you love him. Because yeah, it does. I get it. I understand that it can be kind of grating to get into, but damn, Queer made me cry. That shit was
Dang.
crazy. I loved it. I saw the theater and then I had like a single tear forming and I looked over to my friend and I was like, what did you bring me to? I hate you, because he had already seen it and he took me to go see it and I was like, what is this? This is so visceral. But it's very niche. It's also very niche.
Yeah,
it was,
I don't know. I didn't like the pine in that much, but that's just me.
It made its rounds on the film festival circuit, while this film also did a Sundance film. Love Me, the official trailer has finally been released. It's finally being released to the general public, starring Kristen Stewart and Steven Yeun. Guys, I saw this trailer in the theaters and it caught me off guard. I got swept away with the concept, the end of humanity, and this little silly little buoy and the satellite in the sky and them kind of like forming a relationship. I'm here for it. Like I loved Wall-E. I love kind of like seeing where the direction of humanity is going to go, and I'm going to be seated. I love both of these actors, and I can't wait. Leo, you said you saw this already. How did you like it?
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
Okay.
Like I think the concepts that it presents, there are movies that execute these concepts a lot better.
Okay.
And I think that the acting is good, but like it's just kind of it's a little repetitive. I wonder if it's been re-edited a little bit, because there were definitely a few editing blunders in it that made it feel like the story was going around in circles. So I'm not sure if they took some liberties with the editing, but I just wasn't like crazy about it. But
okay.
Don't let me stop you. Oh, look, Eli's further away now.
Oh, she's just
Yeah,
Roman.
dude, I always have this like cropped, like framed properly, and like the program keeps resetting it. And
Oh,
it's so annoying. I have to keep like
Uh-oh.
putting it back, but that's okay. I'm
Yeah.
just silently dealing with this technical difficulty, but we're about
You know,
it. I
you
could
look
be here.
fantastic minus the framing, Eli. So
It's okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Are you-
As long as we have the Snorlax and the view, it's all good.
how are you feeling? Have you seen Love Me? And if not, are you excited for it?
I have not seen Love Me. I like the concept, but I have this thing with Sundance. I don't have the best of luck with Sundance movies. I'm not gonna lie, guys. No hate to Sundance as a festival. But most of the time, the movies I have seen from that festival whether it be me covering the festival, or whether it be me seeing the movies after the festival. Um, eh, they're okay. I'm not gonna expect too much, but I like the concept. I like the actors. I think it'll be funny to just watch just for the hell of saying I watched it.
Duly noted. Yeah, we'll see. It's definitely like a premise that could easily fall on its face. So I kind of see where Leo's coming from. I think there's a very like fine line you got to walk to make this work. I mean, we're talking about a floating buoy in the ocean and a satellite in space falling in love. So, what can go wrong, right? But we'll see. I can't wait. I believe it's releasing this month, if I'm not mistaken, Leo. You might want to fact check me on that. But I think it's officially releasing this month.
It's about time, love me. It's coming to Sundance TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna get
All right,
lost in
so-
translation.
All that.
And collectively, cinephiles and the internet lost its mind with this last story we're going to close with. Christopher Nolan's upcoming film with the epic cast that we've been talking about for weeks now is officially going to be an adaptation of Homer's The Odyssey, the classic Greek epic, the classic first hero's journey with the Cyclops and all kinds of mythical beings and creatures. We got Matt Damon, we got Zendaya, we got Lupita Nyong'o, we got Charlize Theron, we got Tom Holland, Robert Pattinson. Holy moly, guys. Holy moly. Ile, you're dancing up there.
I'm
How did you
dancing.
react to this news?
It feels good to be a public university graduate. Damn, they shoved this thing down my throat in college. You bet your sweet ass I'm excited to finally have it be relevant. Are you kidding me?
Hey, I
Like,
read
I
it.
actually,
I read it.
I need to read it entirely because every time, like, we would analyze like excerpts from it, like certain chapters, so we never read it in full because it was like in all these humanities classes and elective classes that I took where we saw a variety of literature across history and different genres. My favorite being the detective. I took a semester of like the detective genre and like how that came to be, and that was fucking awesome. But this is interesting. It's giving like, you know how Portrait of a Lady on Fire is basically Orpheus and the Underworld?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
It's this on a whole, like on steroids.
Oh yeah.
Like this
I
is a
mean,
whole other level. It's
Nolan's gonna go all out. Got with the
It's
IMAX
insane.
cameras, and I could just I can't wait. I can't.
I love it. I love it. It has so much potential to be incredible. I think it's gonna put, not that it's the same thing, but for adaptations and big epics, I think it's gonna put Dune in the dust.
Ooh.
And you may quote me on that.
Hold on now.
Leah said, "Hold on."
Now wait a
forgot
minute.
you-
This is still my show.
I forgot Ile is like not a fan of Arrakis. So
It's okay. Like, it's fine. I understand. But I'm not a diehard. I'm so sorry.
Even a part two?
Nah. Man. I got my issues with it.
Leo's
I have
still
my
waiting.
issues. I have my issues, and they're very much, they're very lefty. They're very little lefty issues. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say.
What?
Yeah. Don't care for it. It's fine. I think it's beautiful, but the story and like the way they tackled it. Not for me, bud. Not for me. But the Sandlord is pretty cool, though.
well, back to Nolan though. I jumped out of my seat. Leo, how did you react when you heard about?
Hey, great news, man. Great news. I
It
definitely
also
think
makes
that.
sense with why the cast is getting bigger and bigger. I think too.
Yeah,
There's so many
I think
characters. Like
this sort of story can suit this sort of cast with so many powerhouses coming to play these characters. Man, this is gonna be phenomenal, man. And recently, what was it that Interstellar just sold out like everywhere that IMAX sold out, man. Nolan packs seats in, man. He's like one of them directors that like his name can draw people to it, man.
yeah,
He's definitely a
I can't
namesake.
believe a re-release of Interstellar did that well. It was making millions. Like
Mm-hmm. What's a
People just
movie we
love
don't
they love
wish
Noble.
was never made? You know what? That
Cats?
recent Exorcist, Daniel. I'm gonna keep
Good
it 100.
lord.
That old recent Exorcist, man.
Yeah,
Trash,
yeah,
garbage.
yeah. Did not like that. What's
Mm-mm.
weird is I trusted David Gordon Green, and he has lost my trust. That was not a good picture.
Oh, that's rough.
I think I'll pick Hellboy, the remake.
Oh,
Oh, the
That
David Harbour one.
that movie pissed me off something fierce, guys. I was just because also
I
because
can't say the one I'm thinking of. It's gonna
why
make
is
people
that?
angry.
Oh, go
What?
It's gonna make
ahead.
people
Go ahead.
angry.
Kill.
Say
I'm
it.
gonna say Honora. I don't like
I
Honora.
agree.
Wow.
I
I don't
I
really
mean,
blame
wait.
dislike
Laura. I
Honora.
think Wicked just got box office.
Was that the Golden Globe award?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, for Golden
I,
Globes,
I, f-
Wicked just won.
I forgot they're doing that. So what is that award called again?
Box
They made
office
money.
achievement.
Ah, okay.
All
Well,
right.
Like, so
cool.
it's getting Barbied.
Yeah. No, for sure. For sure. And you know what? I get it. It's set up to be Barbied.
I think it's interesting though.
Oh,
I mean, it's like only 681 worldwide. Kind of an interesting choice. I mean, a couple other films have went over the Billy mark. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's so vague, box office achievement. It's almost like, and this is me speculating, being shady. It's almost saying, "Oh my god, we didn't expect you to make money, but you did. Good for you.
good for you, girlfriend. You
Good
made
for you,
money.
girlfriend. You made
And we didn't
money,
think you
mama."
would.
Like you're not gonna give it to
Right.
like fucking Mufasa. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say because I think Mufasa has made more money by now, right? Or no?
It's
No, they're not
that.
there yet.
I don't know, but
But
Inside Out 2, Moana 2,
yeah,
they've made more
Moana
money.
too. They're not gonna give it
And
to
they're not
Moana 2.
getting that. It's like, oh, well, this it's another day at Disney. Like,
And
Hey,
to be
just like with
fair,
Mario.
Wicked broke the record, so it is the highest selling musical ever or Broadway adaptation ever.
yeah,
Yep.
So they have that.
it's
in the
good
bag.
stuff.
That old damn Honora, man. Whew, Snoozora.
Zora. No, I wish. And Nora, like, I don't know what happened to me that night. I was pissed. I was so upset with that movie.
No, I was like,
Dude.
damn, you wish it was never made. That like it was that bad for
I
you?
guess
Like,
it's so again recency bias. I'm sure there's worse. I guarantee
Sure.
you there's worse, but it's the recency bias
Oh,
of
there's
damn,
worse.
what is a movie that pissed me off recently? And wow, that one was one of them. Not for me, gang.
And really quick, because we kind of went off the rails here. On the heels of a Best Director and Best Picture win, this is a huge next
For sure.
picture for Christopher Nolan. I think it's a pretty resounding yes. We are all very excited. So
Very
cannot
excited.
wait. And that wraps up the roundup.
All right,
Let us
guys, let's go around
go.
the horn. Let the people know what you got coming up and where they can find you, starting with Ely.
Oh my god. You may find me at Captain Melendez on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. And be sure to follow the Puerto Rico Critics Association on Twitter and Instagram. We just released our nominees for this year's third annual PRCA Awards, and they've been getting a lot of love. So super huge shout out to everyone giving those tweets love. Really excited. Tune in to our socials on the 12th of January to see our winners, and tune in to our podcast, the PRCA podcast on Spotify, where we have basically different hosts every time and talk about films, especially festival films. And now coming up with award season, it's going to be all the buzz. So be sure to check us out.
Yeah, definitely be sure to check them out, guys, over at the PR. What is it? Ely?
PRCA, Puerto Rico Critics
PRCA.
Association.
PRCA, y'all. Check them out. And Lo?
You can follow me on Twitter and Letterboxd at Marcellus Durden. I'm a proud critic and editor for The Cinema Spot. Follow us on all socials at The Cinema Spot. And check us out at thecinemasspot.com. We have been cooking lately. We have a review for Baby Girl, Nosferatu, A Complete Unknown, Sonic 3. And I just finished my review for War of the Rohirrim. Finally. I also have a review up for Wicked, and I am finishing my Sing Sing review, which will be coming out next week. It's re-releasing in theaters on the 17th. So if you guys haven't seen Sing Sing, check it out. Like I said earlier, it's my favorite movie of the year. Just an amazing film, very inspiring true story, and it's very heartwarming as well. So check it out. Check out all those awesome reviews at thecinemasspot.com.
Sing Sing getting like no Oscar buzz whatsoever, man. A24 with another flop in their campaign, another flop.
Ridiculous.
They need to do better
every year with this shit.
I mean, minus Everything Everywhere. They need to do better with that.
And even with Everything Everywhere was word of mouth. We carried that campaign.
We got it got lucky, man.
So real.
That was us, because like honestly, it was what was that Zac Efron one last year?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Iron Claw.
Iron Claw. Iron Claw is phenomenal. Like one of my top ones in 2023. Shut out completely.
Shut out.
Crazy.
Complete shutout. It's just like A24, Minari, like just a shutout all around. I need A24 to really. What was the one with
Minari had a supporting actress win, at least the grandma.
It did.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, and at least Yuen got a nomination at least. So
what was the one with the two lovers or past lives? Duh.
Oh, past lives. Yeah, it got a nom, but yeah, just shut out still. So
shut out. A24, man, just they tapped out after EAAO. Yeah, they
don't know why. And they've had like all the films you just mentioned, phenomenal. Like these are really good movies.
By the way, guys, I forgot. First drawing of the year, guys. My son is a big fan of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh my
God. Gojo. And he just finished it. Shouts out Shiloh James. He is an amazing artist. Yeah, check it out.
Hey,
love it.
Shout out. Looks awesome.
We love to see it. Looks so good.
Y'all, listen, if you're on the channel, if it's your first time, hit that subscribe button, y'all, and come on back for more content on movies, TV, Marvel, DC, y'all. We got a lot coming up around the corner. And listen, definitely catching up on those top of 2024. So definitely going to have those videos out, best and worst, this week. So stay tuned on the channel, y'all, and come back this time next week for another edition of the Roundup, y'all. And we'll see you next week. See ya.